because everything I had tried failed. And then I was homeless. And then the lady, which was my grandmother, we call her Big Mama, died. That was the only mother I knew until I was 7 years old. And she died. All at the same time at 19. I felt lost. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how I was going to make it. And all my dreams were deferred. I couldn't definitely see you. I didn't see a job. I didn't see a college degree. I saw failure. And I wanted to give up. And what's crazy, I still remember this. I was standing over a bridge. Now, I ain't never been suicidal in my life. And as I was standing over this bridge, I wasn't standing over the bridge thinking about jumping. I was standing over the bridge just contemplating my life. And then Satan spoke to me. Remember we talked about those spirits. And he said, jump, fool. You ain't got nothing to live for. He said, everything that you tried has failed. And then another spirit says, the devil is a lie. He says, Mike, all you got to do is keep going. So let's read Ezekiel 34 and 25. It says this, and I will make with them a covenant of peace, and will cause the evil beasts to cease out of the land. And they shall dwell safely in the wilderness and sleep in the woods. Let me translate all that. Sometimes in life, you're going to be in the wilderness. What the wilderness means is you're going to be somewhere lost. And what God says, if you are his children, he says, I'm going to give you peace during this time. Because I'm going to tell you a secret. Most famous people have been through a wilderness. I don't know anybody that just went from 1 to 50 or 1 to 60 with all success. Everybody I know has been in the wilderness. And if you've been in the wilderness, all you got to do is keep going and keep God first. Because if you do that, God says, he said, I will make a covenant with you in the wilderness, and while you're going through, I'm going to give you peace. You know what peace is? Peace don't mean that you have success. Peace means this, that your mind stays stable while you're going through stuff that you don't understand. That's my prayer for you, that God gives you peace as you go through the journey. Turn me to Galatians 6 and 9. That's way in the back. Galatians 6 and 9. Galatians 6 and 9. Galatians 6 and 9. Galatians way in the back, 6 and 9. The index is your friend. Galatians 6 and 9 says this, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall weep if we faint not. What does that mean? That means press on, push through, keep going, for joy is in the horizon. Don't be discouraged. You got to keep going. It says don't get tired of doing good. Don't get tired right now in this wilderness. See, the problem is, some people that you know stopped in their wilderness. Some of you call those people parents. They never pushed forward with their dreams. They gave up in the wilderness. And they raised some of you in the wilderness because they stopped and they gave up on their dreams. My vision for you is, don't quit in your wilderness. Keep pushing. Yes, it's hard. Yes, you don't know what the hell's going on and you can't figure this thing out. Don't you stop right now, because if you stop, imagine this, the rest of your life will be just like it is now. I couldn't see laying on the beach in a luxury hotel. I couldn't see a Mercedes-Benz parked in front of my house. I couldn't even see a house. I couldn't see a college degree. I definitely couldn't see children. I couldn't see none of that. All I see was curses all around me. I saw failure. But God spoke to me. I had a big mama that had another mother that was praying for me. And she was praying me through. And she was praying me through. I pray for each and every one of you every day. So if nobody else is praying for you, I'm praying for you. I'm pulling for you. I'm talking about you in the spirit world. I believe that you can get through this thing because I know there's good inside you. You can't quit right now. You can't say that this is it. This is not it. Don't you stop in this wilderness. Because if you stop right now, you're going to let down some child that's depending on you 10, 15, 20 years from now. You guys have too many gifts to stop right now. Keep moving. Keep moving. It don't make sense. Keep moving. You can't see the way out. Keep moving. Because if you stop in this wilderness, your dreams stop. Keep moving. All right, next, let's go to Job 16 and 7. Job, way in the back. That's in the Old Testament. Job 16 and 7. Job 16 and 7. Job 16 and 7. Job 16 and 7 says this. But now he hath made me weary. Thou hast made me desolate of all my company. Sometimes when you are in the wilderness, you feel alone. Have you ever felt alone? Raise your hand if you felt alone in what you was going through. You felt like nobody was going through this but you. You was like, how the hell? I'm by myself. You call people when you need something and they send you the voicemail. Or they don't return your message. Or they just ignore you altogether. And you're alone in your wilderness. You ain't the first one to be alone. When I was sleeping outside, I was alone. When I was breaking into apartments to take showers, I was alone. Sometimes you're going to be alone. But the thing is, God says, keep going. Don't you stop in this loneliness. Don't you stop right here. I have something for you, but you got to keep pushing through. You got to keep pushing through. You got to keep pushing through. Let's look at Job 16 and 9. Job 16 and 9. Job 16 and 9 says this. He teareth me in his wrath, who hateth me. He gnasheth upon me with his teeth. Mine enemy sharpened his eyes upon me. Have you ever felt like God hated you? Oh, that's good. Raise your hand. Have you ever felt like God didn't like you? Because you look around and you say, how the hell this happened? I know young people that have lost loved ones. I know a friend that lost a child. I have friends that lost a mother. Friends that have lost loved ones. And you thinking, why would God do this to me? I know young ladies that were raped. I know young men that were raped. And then they think, why the hell would God let this happen? Why my auntie get cancer? Why my son sick? Why my daughter sick? Why are we homeless? Why are these things happening to me? Does God not like me? What did I do to deserve it? Look at all this evil going on. And COVID is all over the place. Does God not like us? You're not the only one. You're not the only one. Job went through the same thing. He went through a spell where he said, God must hate me. Because he said, if God is real, how could he allow so many bad things to happen to good people? That was always something that perplexed me. How could so many bad things happen to good people? Let's turn to Isaiah 57 and 1. Because I asked that same question. How can bad things happen to good people? God, why would you let this kind of stuff happen to good people? Turn to Isaiah 57 and 1. Isaiah 57 and 1. Isaiah 57 and 1. It says, the righteous die, and no man lays it on their heart. And the merciful men are taken away, and none consider that the righteous is taken away from the evil that is to come. He shall enter into peace, they shall rest in their beds, each one walking in his uprightness. Let me read it from the Living Bible translation. It says, good men die. It says, the godly sometimes die before their time, and no one seems to care or to wonder why. No one seems to realize that God is taking them away from the evil days ahead, for the godly who die shall rest in peace. Sometimes things happen and they don't make sense. But see, the difference between you and I is God can see now, and he can see a million years from now, and he can see it in the past. Sometimes when things happen, they happen for reasons that you don't understand. For example, it's a passage right here that says this. Sometimes God allows good people to die because if they keep living, they'll turn evil. Remember, the whole objective of you living is to go to heaven. It says some people, if they keep living, there's some bad stuff coming their way, and it's going to change their life. And God says, you know what? I want this person in heaven with me, so he takes them away. Sometimes he prevents people from living because he don't want them to suffer. Because some things are coming that everybody can't handle, so he takes them away. See, the thing is, God gives, and the Lord takes away. My son doesn't belong to me. My other son doesn't belong to me. The deacon doesn't belong to me. My wife doesn't belong to me. My daughter don't belong to me. They belong to God. What you had them, they ain't mine. I can't wake him up in the morning. It's sad. I got a call this week. Just this week. I got a call. And you can check my phone. You'll see. I got a call this week. A young lady, 19 years old, died in her bed. 19. She didn't wake. Her mama went to wake her up. Girl, come on, girl. You got to get up and go to work. Shook her. Didn't wake up. And the thing was nothing wrong with her when she went to bed. Ain't never had no health issues. Ain't never been to the hospital. Ain't never nothing wrong with her. Died in her sleep. See, God is the one that touches you every morning and say, get up, Michael. Get up, Mike One. Get up, Eric. Get up, Tierra. God's the one that touches you and wakes you up. So the thing is, we belong to him. We're his property. Yes, I cared for this young man since he was in the cradle. But he don't belong to me. That's God's property. So the thing is, sometimes God sees things that we can't see. That's why we have to give it to him and say, Lord, I don't understand this thing, but I know that you know that what you're doing. It's not our decision. And yes, we might cry and we might be upset. God can handle all that. But know that he has our good for our expected end. So we have to trust God. We have to trust God. We have to trust God. Turn to Job 13, 15. Jimmy? Okay. Job 13, 15. Job 13, 15. Job 13, 15. Job 13, 15. Job 13, 15 says this. Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. But I will maintain my own ways before him. Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. Never lose faith in God. I'm going to tell you that now. Some of y'all going to go through some crazy stuff. Don't you lose your faith. Satan can take your car. Satan can take your house. Satan can take your job. Satan can even make you sick. Don't you ever let him steal your joy or your faith. Because if you don't have faith, you ain't got nothing. I have friends, someone watching right now, and I keep telling them, I say, you got to go to church. I ain't got to go to church. I can Zoom right now. I can do this right now. I said, if you don't execute your faith, what else do you have? See, the thing is, your faith is the thing that impresses God. He don't care about nothing else. Your faith is everything. It's your hope. It's your future. It's your everything. Job lost everything. His wife told him, said, curse God and die. He said, you the crazy woman. I'll never curse God. He said, if God be for me, nothing can be against me. Never lose your faith. Job says, although you going through, he said, I'm going through hell, God, I still trust you. Always trust God. Because God will give you the light to get out of your desert, to get out of your wilderness. Never lose your faith. Never lose your faith. Turn me to Romans 8:28, way in the back. Romans 8:28. You can withhold it up there. Romans 8:28. Romans 8:28. Romans 8:28 says this. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them that are called according to his purpose. We know all things work together for the good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. What does that mean? Everything that you're going through right now, if you're still alive, is going to end up being for your good. See, when I was homeless, that ended up making me good. But when I didn't have a car, I had to ride a bicycle 15 miles each way. That made for my good. When I had to figure out how to work, I've been working since I was 14 years old. That was for my good. When my father abandoned me and left me as a lonely child, my mother had to go away, and I was by myself and had to stay with my aunt, Big Mama on the farm by myself. That was for my good. Now, while I was going through it, didn't seem good. But when I got older, I found out it made me a little stronger. It made me a little tougher. It made me understand how to realize I can fix my cars right now. Because I had to learn how to do stuff because nobody else was there to do it for me. I've been on my own since I was 17. I haven't lived with an adult since I was 17. I paid all my bills since I was 17. I couldn't call nobody. It was nobody to bail me out of nothing. When I went to jail, I stayed in jail. When I went through things, I was there. I had a motorcycle accident, I ended up in the hospital. I was there by myself. The thing is, God was strengthening me while I was going through these negative things. But while I was going through it, it was hard. And I used to think, why me? How come ain't nobody here to help me? Why I gotta do this stuff by myself? Where are my parents? Where are the people that love me? Where are my friends? But God says it will be for your good. It didn't seem good while I was going through it. I wasn't angry, but I just said I can't give up. Because if I gave up, it would be over. So sometimes the negative things that you're going through will make you stronger. It will make you a better person. When I break down the side of the freeway by myself in the middle of the night in the desert coming through Vegas, and there's nobody there, God will make you strong because He knows you have something coming that He's building you up for. And if you ain't tough, you won't make it through. See, a diamond, it starts off as a dirty rock. And it only becomes a diamond because of the pressure. If a diamond never goes through nothing, it can never shine. A gold chain starts off as a dirty rock. But they have to put it in the fire, and they have to keep it there, and they have to burn it until it shines like gold. So sometimes, some of the stuff you're going through, God said, I'm perfecting you. Yeah, I let the devil mess with you. I let bad stuff happen to you, but I kept you because I could have let Satan kill you. So every time you wake up in the morning, you have a gift. It's another opportunity to keep going forward. Don't you quit. Don't give up. Let God bless you because He has an expected end for your life. That's why we can't give up on our faith in God. Because if we don't have God, we ain't got nothing. I know millionaires that died, and they died, guess what? All their money's still here, all their cars still here, everything is still here. But if you die in God's graces, then you get eternity with Him, and you get to go to the next level. So never give up on your faith. And the last thing, turn with me to the book of Ecclesiastes. Go to Ecclesiastes 11. And I love this because he was speaking to young people when he wrote this. Ecclesiastes 11. We're going to go down to verse 4. Ecclesiastes 11. We're going to go down to verse 4. And it says that he that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap. What does that mean? Life will never be perfect. It's never a perfect time to get married. It's never a perfect time to buy a house. It's never a perfect time to look for a job. It's never a perfect time to start school. It's never a perfect time to start a business. It's never a perfect time to start anything. But what God says is, do what you're supposed to be doing. Regardless of what the season looks like, keep sowing your seed. Because it will never be a perfect time. Sometimes, some of y'all are going through some things and you're like, well, I'm waiting till this happen. I'm waiting to go. That's why I'm busting all these COVID people. I'm like, get your butt up. I'm about to start cussing. Get your butt up, get out the house. You think the devil gonna stop COVID? You gonna stop going to church because the devil's doing COVID? It's never gonna be a perfect time. When I got married, I had a whole lot of reasons not to. When my first son was born, I had a whole lot of reasons why we should have went to the abortion clinic. It's always a reason not to do something. But God says, don't you stop sowing your seed. It will never be a perfect time. But he said, if you follow me, I will make you till you can get through. Some of y'all gonna get pregnant soon. I ain't gonna say no name. I ain't gonna say no name. And here's what I'm gonna tell you. Don't you kill that baby. Don't you kill that baby. Don't you kill that baby. I have a friend. My friend is a millionaire now. I know 31 millionaires. He's a millionaire now. He was a product of an unwanted pregnancy. And the only reason why he didn't die is because the mother couldn't get a ride to the abortion clinic. She didn't have no support. So she had to keep this baby. And that baby ended up becoming a blessing. And he ended up becoming one of the biggest pastors in America. Because the mother thought she was going to kill this thing, which was actually going to turn out to be a gift and a blessing to thousands of people. You don't know what a child's going to turn out to be. When I was young, I've had a few abortions. Not me personally, the girls that I dated. I drove a couple sisters to the abortion clinic. I can say it right now. I wish I did. Because now I understand. I was an unwanted pregnancy. My mother didn't find out she was pregnant with me till she was 6 months. She had a period every month for 6 months. But what was crazy, she went to the doctor. She said, "There's something moving. I don't feel right." And she went to the doctor in 6 months, and they said, "Girl, you're pregnant." And she said, she had a period every month for 6 months. And she went to that doctor. The doctor said, "Girl, you're pregnant." "Pregnant? How could that be?" But it was 1969. You couldn't have late-term abortions in 1969. That's the only reason why I'm standing here right now. Because I was an unwanted pregnancy. So if you get pregnant, keep it. Some devil's going to get ready. It's going to stop your life. Get ready. Nah, you don't know what that person's going to turn out to be. Guess what? If God give you a gift, he'll make a way for the gift. Every time God calls a person into reality, that's a gift. Because that person's going to do something. God didn't call you here for nothing. That's why when I look at you, you have purpose. Believe in yourself. You are here for a reason. If God didn't want you here, he would let Satan kill you. How many of y'all almost died? Raise your hand. I had a couple funerals. And so if God kept you here, that means he had purpose for your life. Never think that you have no value. I used to believe that I was unimportant. I used to think that I wasn't important. Because I said this, my mother didn't really want me here, and my father left. I thought I had no value. But the devil is a lie. Because God says, if I called you here, you are important. So what your job is to do, work on your purpose. Work on your purpose. And the last thing, look at Ecclesiastes 6. Ecclesiastes 11 and 6. It says, "In the morning sow thy seed, and in the evening withhold not thine hand. For thou knowest not whether thou shalt prosper, either this or that, or whether they should be like good." Let me read from the Living Bible translation. "Keep on sowing, keep on working your seed, for you never know when it will grow. Perhaps it all will." Every person that has become successful has some dark moments. It's interesting. Tyler Perry. And you know Tyler Perry to be who he is today. He was homeless for 5 years. He lived in his car for 5 years. And he would find different places to sleep. So matter of fact, the home that he lives in now was one of the places that he used to sleep in front of. He would go and drive at night, and he would try to find somewhere safe to sleep, because sometimes it's dangerous to sleep in your car. Bad stuff can happen to you. And the place that he's sleeping, it was a mansion in the middle of nowhere. When he got rich, he says he bought that house because he used to sleep in front of it. Oprah Winfrey was molested several times, raped once or twice. You know the rest of that story. See, God can build on negativity. God can build on your pain. He can produce in places that don't seem like it, nothing can grow. But you can't quit. You keep believing in you and say, "God, if you be for me, nothing can be against me." Keep believing in you. Don't you ever stop dreaming. Don't you stop dreaming. Don't you let that cell phone steal your dream. Don't you let some man lead you down the way. Don't let some woman lead you down the way. Don't you let something stop you. Keep dreaming. Keep believing in you. Keep believing in you. Keep believing in you. Keep believing in you. And the last thing. Ecclesiastes 11 and 7. 11 and 7. Ecclesiastes 11 and 7. It says, it is a wonderful thing to be alive. If a person lives to be very old, let him rejoice in every day of life. But let him also remember that eternity is far longer, and that everything down here is futile in comparison. What does that mean? Enjoy your life. Don't you wait for tomorrow to smile. Enjoy your life. But here's the thing about enjoying your life. Enjoy your life responsibly. I was talking with a friend today about getting high. Getting high, I mean, that's your thing, that's fine. But if getting high is leading you down a dark path, stop. See, some things that you call fun ain't good for you. And some things that you call fun can lead you to something negative. The Bible says, enjoy your youth. You're young. Smile, have fun, live, travel. Enjoy it, but be cautious at the same time. Be cautious at the same time. And the last verse. What? This is the last? It's the last of the last. All right. Ecclesiastes 11 and 9. And here's it. It says, young man, it is wonderful to be young. Enjoy every minute of it. Do all you want to. Take in everything. But realize that you must account to God for everything you do. And then it says, verse 10. This is for you, young people. So get rid of grief and pain. But remember that your youth, with the whole life before, you can make serious mistakes. My version says this, therefore remove sorrow from your heart and put away evil from thy flesh, for your childhood and your youth are vanity. Enjoy your youth. Forget the bad things. Stay away from the evil things and always keep the good and God next to you. What does that mean? You gonna turn up. You gonna smoke, drink. Some of y'all gonna get freaky leaky. Some of y'all gonna sit naked and do what you do. I will never stand here and say, don't you do none of that. Because I did all that. So I ain't gonna stand here and be up here and be no hypocrite and say, don't you do none of that. I did all the above, X, Y, and Z. But what the thing is, God says this, keep me in your sights. Even though you turn it up, you be like, ooh, hey, baby, I gotta go to church tomorrow morning. Well, baby, come stay with me. No, I gotta go to church because I done did too much wrong. Always keep God somewhere near you. And then it says stay away from evil. What does that mean? Stay away from things that will cause pain to others. Don't participate in activities that will hurt somebody else. Don't you hurt somebody else. Stay away from evil. See, if you have a life of hurting somebody else, if you do dirt, you get dirt. If you do something wrong to somebody else, God got to allow somebody to do something wrong to you. So don't participate in evil activities. Don't participate in group jumping. Don't participate in group slandering and bringing people down and tearing people down and speaking evil to people. Because if you participate in these activities, God has allowed Satan to do something to you. For what does go around also comes around. So always try to be in activities that are productive. If you see your friends get ready to go do something, like I knew a guy that his friends was going to do a drive-by. You know what he said? Stop the car. He got out the car and said, all right, y'all go do what y'all got to do. And you a punk, you ain't from the hood, man? Yeah. They all went to jail. He's still free. So the thing is, don't you participate in activities that's going to bring somebody else down. Keep your good name. What do people say when you leave the room? What do people say when you leave the room? You want to keep that thing positive. They can say, oh, she afraid, she this, she that. That's fine, that's all good. Guess what? That's a part of you. But the thing is, they shouldn't say she's dirty. She hurts people. She's a thief. She's a liar. She's a gossiper. Because those are activities that causes pain to other people. Keep your good name. Even though you turn up, keep God always close by. So you look by, you can always see God lead you the way. For the Bible says the steps of a good man are ordered. You want to always be in God's good graces. You want him to look down on you and smile. And the thing is, God knows you. He knows what you into. He know how you like it. He know when you like it. He knows that about you. Because he made you. But the thing is, always keep him first. David, I love David. And a lot of Christians don't like David. They get mad at me. David was a super sinner. David died in the bed with two 20-year-olds next to him. David loved the women. He loved ladies. But the thing was, he never forgot about God. He always kept God first. Even when he messed up, he was like, God, I get all this with these women. God, please forgive me. God loved him because his heart was always trying to serve him. Even though when he messed up, he said, God, forgive me. And God said, sometimes I got to punish you. He said, that's okay, God. I love you anyway. God loves you with the evidence. Never think that God doesn't love you. I love you. There's nothing you can do to stop me from loving you. And God loves you. So keep living, keep putting him first, and never lose your faith. Your joy comes from God. Joy is long-lasting happiness. Joy doesn't come from smoking weed and from popping pills or from shooting something in your arm or even from a whole lot of sex with a lot of different people or from a bunch of money. You know what's funny? I have friends that are rich. Really, I talked to one of my friends writes the show Insecure. I know that guy. He's one. I got his phone number in the phone. I know that guy. One of my friends is a photographer for Insecure. One of my frat brothers. The thing is, money don't make you happy. All money do is say you can buy a nice car. You can go buy a Hermes bag for $30,000. You can go take a vacation to Rome. You know what's crazy? You can go on vacation with people that you don't even like to impress people that you don't even know. You showing off. You doing all this Instagram stuff. You taking all these pictures. You spending $1,000 to take pictures for people that don't even know you. That doesn't buy happiness. But when God makes you joy, when God gives you peace, you will have long-lasting happiness. Everybody stand. Everybody keep doing this. Keep doing. Everybody stand. Perfection will never be achieved. The Bible says we should be perfect as Jesus was perfect. The truth is, you will always struggle with sin. And that's okay. Never stop loving yourself. I want to say it again. Never stop loving you. Some people are going to say some things about you and cut you. It's hard when your mama says something about you, and she says something, or your daddy, your father says something about you, or your wife, or your boyfriend, or girlfriend, they say something about you, and they try to hurt you, and to cut you, and to bring you down. Some of y'all gonna go through, some of y'all already went through that. I know